Welcome, class ninth English class. Students, we are going to learn today the poem composed by Robert Frost. The name of the poem is The Road Not Taken, one of the famous poem by Robert Lee Frost. So what is the spelling of the poet? Spelling of the poet name is R-O-B-E-R-T, Robert, F-R-O-S-T, Frost, Robert Frost. So now students, we will come to know regarding the table of content, what we are going to learn today. First, we are going to learn about the poet, then introduction, then the poem, and then you are going to learn about my interpretation regarding the poem, The Road Not Taken. So students, as you can see, he is a Robert Frost. So we are going to learn about him now. Robert Lee Frost got birth in March 26, 1874 and died January 29, 1963. Was an American poet. His work was initially published in England before it was published in America. He is highly regarded for his realistic descriptions of rural life and his command of American colloquial speech. Colloquial speech means normal, our daily used languages. His work frequently employed settings from rural life in New England in the early 20th century, using them to examine complex social and philosophical themes. Robert Frost was a marvelous poet, my children. Now, students, introduction of the poem. Let's see the introduction. Robert Frost comes to a path in the woods or the forest. The road is divided what, into two parts. The roads are filled with yellow leaves. He is unsure which way to go, and he thinks, he wishes he could go both the ways might be. He looks down up one path as far as he can see, but then he decides to take the other one. The poet has actually seen two roads in front of him, and he is literally confused which one to choose. At last, he came to a decision that I will take that road which is less walked by people, less used by people. So he decides to take the other road. Now we are going to learn the poem, The Road Not Taken. So, children, let's listen the first stanza and repeat after me. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Now repeat with me. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Diverged means divided, separated. Undergrowth means forest, dense forest. Okay? Now it's the second stanza, students. Then took the other as just as fair. The poet has taken the other path, which was clear and fair, And having perhaps the better claim, the poet thought, this road is the best one, which one I am going to choose? Because it was grassy and wanted wear. It was grassy, it was fresh, and it was not used by anyone so far. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. The beside road was more or less bit same, but still the author has chosen that road which was not used or chosen by the other people. So, at last of this stanza, it can be said that the poet chose which way? Which was just fair comparatively to the other one. Okay? I hope the second stanza is very clear to you now. Now, in the third stanza, the poet is saying, and both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. The poet came in the morning and is finding both the roads are equally lying, and no one has even walked on the roads, no one even made the yellow leaves turn into the black. The poet thought he will get another chance to choose the another way another day, but he knows very well he cannot choose the same way in a single life. The day will never come. The poet has a doubt that I will never get a chance to choose the second way again in the same life. So he has a doubt. In the last stanza, the most meaningful part of the entire poem, the poet is saying, I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. Actually, students, in this sentence, the poet is saying that the day will come when I will become aged, and at that time I will speak with a high breath, with a heavy breath, with a sigh. Ages after ages, I will share the story with the others. That there was a time in my life when there was an option of choosing two roads, but the road which I have chosen, which was less traveled by the other travelers, the road on which the other travelers didn't even move, I chose that road, and that clicked my luck. Whatever success has come into my life, that all the difference I have been able to make in my life due to the different road I have chosen. At last, it's a time of interpretation. In this part, the poem, The Road Not Taken, is somewhat biographical to Robert Frost's life. The poet says how he was standing on a fork road and had to make a decision on which road should he travel. Figuratively, the poet links the roads and the choices we have to make in life as a metaphor, which already discussed priorly. The poet decides to walk on the road less traveled by or make a decision that was difficult and less opted by. He thought that he would keep the other choice reserved for another time in life, even though he knew that that time would never come. Finally, in future, the poet realizes that the decision he made has changed his life. The success he has achieved is because he took the road less traveled by. So, my dear students, at the end, I want to say only one thing. The poem is chiefly associated with our life, metaphorically similarized, that we cannot choose things at a time. We have to choose only one in our life, and our future decides whether it is good or bad. So, read the poem, prepare properly. Thank you. So, students, I hope you have enjoyed the poem. Now, your homework is read the poem with meaning and explanation. Stay safe. Thank you.